Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Mangoes Not Lemons. We are here for another chapter, another wonderful edition. I'm Damon Johansson with HR Mango, and we are here today with Oz. Oz is with us from Elite Tech, a recruiting firm that we help with some recruiting on behind the scenes. But today, we're here to talk to Oz about how he got where he is today. So he's going to tell you a little bit about what he's doing today, and then we're going to dig deeper into what did he start as, what did he come out of school as, and how did his career kind of morph into where he is today. So Oz, do a quick intro.
Yeah, sure. Aaron Osbinski, everyone calls me Oz, with Elite Tech Sources. We're based out of Salt Lake City. We started in 2013, and I started tech recruiting well before that with a couple other companies before I started my own in 2013. And how I got here, that's pretty funny. It's something that came to mind. I would love to hear it. There's always a good story. What did you go to college for? What did you graduate?
We ask everybody, what was your degree background?
Right.
Where are you today?
Yep. What did you think you were going to be when you grew up?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's pretty funny because, right out of high school, who knows what you're going to do, right?
Right, you're just guessing.
Yeah, you're guessing.
Everyone's guessing.
Yeah.
Kids, you don't have to know in college what you're doing.
No. And even if you do think you do know, you don't know.
Well, in half the battle, we talked with some other career professionals, half the battle is just finishing. Yeah. Finish a degree in something. Really, it's not as critical what it's in, but finish, and that will start you in the right track.
Yep. I couldn't agree more. So when I started school at the University of Utah, I went there on a full ride scholarship in music performance on trombone.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Music performance trombone.
Wow.
And I quickly saw that there were musicians that were far more passionate about it in the practice rooms, way more than me.
Wow.
And that was not going to be my future.
Okay.
So I did a semester. Music's always been a
full scholarship.
Full scholarship.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, full scholarship. My first semester there.
Cool path.
It's definitely different. I didn't ever stop playing music, though. I was in the music programs. Even after I changed, I moved into an organizational communication with emphasis on marketing and advertising.
Okay.
So my career, I started in it was the largest agency in Salt Lake City at the time. We had some very large...
All for marketing.
All for marketing and advertising.
So this is before or after you finished college?
It was during college. I had a full-time job at an ad agency. So I started there. And I started at the very bottom right out of high school and just worked my way up into account services. I did traffic for a while, got into account services, and then that morphed into a technical role. Some of our accounts at that time were Intel, iOmega, Infocus, Netscape.
For anyone that remembers Netscape.
Yeah. So we had some very large technology based clients, and so my job was managing very technical accounts. And so I started dealing with a lot of the programming and a lot of the back end stuff on web. We were doing internet when the internet was brand new, so I got an exposure to internet programming very young. Really fun. So that became a passion of mine, is the technology side. Eventually, I wound up managing some technology groups. Went to another agency where I managed technology there. Wound up being a heads down coder for a bunch of things with many of these organizations, and realized that.
So you went music to marketing to coding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's interesting. You talk to some software developers, and you'll find that a lot of them have a music background too, which is really interesting.
That artistic mentality, that's creative.
There's something about the wiring in the brain where musicians and coding, programming, there's something about that. So it's not uncommon.
That's interesting.
Math is another one too, but math and music, they have a synergy to me.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was an interesting career path to go through all that. But I found myself in front of a computer way too much, and I really enjoyed getting up and walking around and talking to folks more than hands-on keyboard in the help room for so long. So the natural transition was to a technical account management role where I managed the technology, but I didn't have to do it.
So supervisory type role.
Yeah.
But you weren't doing the code, but you were over the code writers.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
So it was a small group. It was It was actually a high-end home audio, home theater, home automation company. And we had some big databases. We had some Crestron programming going on. It was a really interesting thing to be in. So I just was managing some of that and getting less and less hands-on with the coding side of it and more managing process. And then I found out about the recruiting side. I needed somebody.
Okay.
How do I get
This is usually how recruiting starts.
yeah.
You get pain of finding someone.
You get the pain. You say, I need somebody that can do this. I need a Crestron program. I'm not really assigned one. And I found a specialized recruiter at Crestron Programming. And that kind of got the wheels spinning like, wait a sec. This guy's making a career out of recruiting technology folks. That's kind of neat. So that turned into, that was a natural progression for me. I just eased into it and got trained up and learned how to recruit technology. And that suited me because I got to work with clients. I got to go to lunch with folks and learn out where their pain points are, what's keeping them up at night, how can I help them get through these challenges they're experiencing.
So a little more troubleshooting. You like the troubleshooting because recruiting is full of managers that don't actually know what they want. But when you talk to them and understand what the gaps are in their department, you're like, okay, I can see what you're needing. Let me find that for you.
That's exactly right. And no better place to do that is go to lunch and say, what hurts right now?
Yes.
Where's your pain? And it's like, you know what? I think I can help you find somebody to help take that pain away. And it's rewarding when you can help somebody's job be easier and better.
Yeah.
And that's the fun part about it. That's that's where I get my recruiting push. That's where I get my satisfaction in my job now is I get to help take pain away from people that need assistance, can't find something, and I get to come in there and help them find something. So it's rewarding. I do enjoy it. So I get to be in technology, but I don't have to do the technology.
No, I agree. That is a very, we've talked to a lot of people about their career path. That is a very interesting career path. And the good example to all of that is we tell everybody, a lot of the people that we've had on the show, is it doesn't matter so much what you get as long as you show the stick-to-itiveness, show that you finished it, you completed the task and that you're moving into something else. But a lot of it is trying something, going, I don't love this piece, but I love this piece. Or seeing, to your point, you were a musician, you went around a musician career and went, ooh, I'm not as passionate as some of these people are. Maybe I don't want a full life career in this. And you steer you to another direction or try other things. And that's eventually how you found what you love to do today.
Yep. No, it's perfect. And something else you said there that's really interesting, because I've had this conversation with hiring managers. We talk about a degree. That's been a theme here. We talk about the degree, and I hear more times than not, it's not really that what the degree is in, but it is about completing it, showing that you have the ability to start something, see it through to the end, and finish it.
Right.
And I think those are the words of advice I give to folks that are wondering what they should do. It's like, well, if you don't know for sure, go to school, get that 4-year degree, and it's going to open a lot of doors, even if it's not in a degree in something that you're necessarily sure is going to be your career. Just get the degree. That's really what they're looking for.
And is it safe to say you enjoy what you do?
Oh, I love it. Yeah. I can't imagine doing anything else. I love it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever talked to a recruiter that said, I wanted to be a recruiter in high school. Like, nobody goes to high school or college thinking, I'm going to be a recruiter. Yeah. It just doesn't happen. You just stumble into it and go, man, I love this chaos.
Yeah, it's really true.
So, well, Oz, thank you for being here today. Thank you for telling us about your background and your interesting career development to where you are self-employed, running your own business in the recruiting industry. So thank you for coming today. Everyone, thanks for watching. Hopefully you could learn a little bit of something about possible career path for you. And thanks for watching Mangoes Not Lemons.